Good morning everyone, how are you today? It's the 2nd of March here in Australia and I'm coming to you with my currently inked. Now this month I have inked up a lot of pens and I've gone for a green and brown sort of colour palette. The reason for that being is St. Patrick's Day is this month on the 17th of March. So although I'm not Irish, we have an Irishman in our family and my godson is half Irish. So this is kind of very fitting for that. I'm also going to be possibly having some surgery this month. So I'll be having a lot of downtime and possibly have more time for journaling and letter writing because I won't be allowed to do much more than that. So let's get stuck into it. The first pen we have here is the beautiful Just Turnings matte Elven wood. This is a beautiful pen and I enjoyed using it so much last month that I've decided to ink it up again for this month. It has the Mr. Cypress 14 karat medium nib and it's a beautiful pen to write with. Hopefully I can remember all the inks I've got in these. It's just such a pretty pen to look at, beautiful pen to write with. So, Just Turnings. Remember to stay with me to the very end too, folks, because I'll have my letter giveaway too. So, make sure you hang around for that. So, matte Elven wood. It is a 14 karat Mr. Cypress. Medium nib and it is inked with Robert Oster Toffee. I love this brown ink. There we go. So that's the first one, the matte Elven wood. The next one we've got, and you know this one's always a favourite, this is my Just Turnings custom copper line and it has my platinum 3776 14 karat medium nib in it. I got Stephen to custom make a blank for this nib and it's it would have to be one of my top 5 favourite fountain pens. That one, this one, sorry, and the one above it. So Just Turnings custom copper line with platinum $14K medium nib and it's inked with Teranishi Opera Rose. Now for those of you that don't know, Australia is in the southern hemisphere, so we have the opposite seasons to the northern hemisphere. So for us, it's actually autumn now here in Australia. It doesn't feel like it, it still feels like a sweltering hot summer, but it is actually autumn here in Australia. So I'm, I guess, trying to channel some cooler vibes maybe. It's we've had the most unusual summer. It's been horribly wet and humid. Not the beach days that we kind of had planned, the kids and I. So anyway, so this is the Pelican M400. This is a very juicy writer. It's in the white tortoise. It has a 14 karat fine nib and it is inked with Sailor, Shikiori, Tokuamatsu. It's a beautiful green ink, this one. So that's the next one. And new pen to the lineup this month, this Benoria O Gray Tea. I've got a medium nib on mine. It's such a beautiful pen. It actually looks like there's tea leaves in the resin. It's just gorgeous. So that's the next one we've got. I still have it inked up from when I did a new pen day writing sample with you. Benus have the most juiciest nibs. Benu Euphoria. It is a Goulet Pens exclusive. And it's called Earl Grey Tea. Has a medium nib and is inked with Diamine Earl Grey. Which is kind of fitting for an Earl Grey tea pen. So the next one we have here is the lovely EST Brook SD in Rainforest. It has a broad nib on it. I love this pen. It's such a beautiful pen to write with. Not a gold nib, just a steel nib, but quite a nice smooth steel nib. And this ink is a perfect match for it. EST Brook SD Rainforest. Claire from the Ginger Ninja actually came across this pen and ink pairing. And this is where I got it from her, and she thought the Kaio no Oto Kokira was perfect for this pen, and she's right. It's a perfect match for it. So it is, losing my train of thought guys, broad, and it is inked with Kaio no Oto Kokiro. There we go. Now, I enjoyed this pairing so much last month, I've decided to ink it up again. I wrote it dry and I've refilled it. So this is their EST Brook SD in Tortoise with a medium nib. And I have Robert Oster Grey Seas in it. Oh, what am I doing? Broad. No, not broad, Jayne. Concentrate. Medium. Inked with Robert Oster Grey Seas. This is a beautiful blue ink. It's kind of like a blue-grey, and I really love it. I think it's going to become one of my fast favourites. So the next one we've got here is the Visconti Bango, the novel reader, and it has a medium nib. Yeah. Got another green ink in this one. So Visconti Van Gogh. Novel reader. You know, this is a pen that I don't actually see other people talking about on YouTube. I mean, I'm sure other people have them, but not this particular one. I've never seen this particular pen talked about on YouTube. It's a medium, and it is inked with Graph von Faber-Castell. Moss green. And I mean, I know some people they say really bad things about the Visconti nibs, but I've had no problems with the two Viscontis I've got, and they tend to be the lower end market of the Viscontis, not the high end. And I think I've just been really fortunate because the nibs on both of my pens are lovely riders. But this is a beautiful pen even. Like, it's got red, greens, it's just gorgeous, and it has like this faceted sort of body to it. It's really lovely. I've had it for quite a while. Anyway, so this is the Lamy Alx Marin. It's got a medium nib. I'm losing my voice. So, Lamy Alx Marin. It has a medium nib, and it is inked with Birmingham Pen Company. I love this ink. It actually changes colour from the time you start writing with it to the time it dries. It's fascinating. Pennsylvania Fieldstone. Now this is a sample from pen friend Priscilla. So that's the next one in the lineup. Now after this one we've got the River City Pen Co. I'm going to, when I first got it, they just called it the Black Green Gold Blank. I've decided to give it a name. It needs a name. So I'm going to call it Enchanted Forest. What do you think? It kind of reminds me of an enchanted forest. So this one has a medium nib on it. And I was a little bit naughty with this one. I had the Ferris Wheel Press Atlas Stationers collaboration ink, Atlas Iron Gore in it last time, and I didn't clean it out or flush it out properly, and I inked it up with a sample that I got from pen friend Ray, and so I'm not sure if it'll come through, but in some of the writing it actually has a slight amount of shimmer in it. It's really pretty. So River City Pen Company, Enchanted Forest. Has a medium nib, and it is inked with Van Diemen's Actually, I'm just gonna, because my hand keeps sticking to that. Van Diemen's Eucalyptus. Regnans. It's a lovely green ink as well. Now the next one I have here is the Twisp Diamond 580. I've got it inked with Teranishi Gentle Green. Twisp Diamond 580. in smoke, rose gold. It has a medium nib and it is inked with Terranici's gentle green. It's a beautiful colour, this gentle green. It's almost like a teal leaning green. Okay, so the next one we've got here is my Wingsung 699 in amber. Now this is very much the dupe for the Pilot Custom 823. I do not have one of those. And it's interesting because I'm pretty sure this isn't a comparison for the Pilot 823. I mean, body-wise it is. The nib, I'm sure it probably doesn't even compare. But the nib on this actually writes really well. So, this is the Wingsung 699 in amber. It has a medium nib and it is still inked with Diatramentis, Alexander Hamilton. So that's that one. Next one we have, I enjoyed this so much. I have used this for I've used this for January, February, and now I'm using it again for March. I've actually written this dry and refilled it. But this is the Twisp Eco in Cream Rose Gold, and I've got it inked with Robert Oster Chalk Pudding. And I've just enjoyed the combination so much, I just keep re-inking it. So, Twisp Eco in Cream and Rose Gold. It has a medium nib on it, and it is inked with Robert Oster Chalk Pudding. Another ink that I really love. There we go. The next one in the lineup is this Twisp Eco Tea in Royal Jade and Rose Gold. Got a blue ink in this one. Twisp Eco Tea Royal Jade Rose Gold with a medium nib, and it is inked with Robert Oster, and it's a collaboration with Pulp Addiction and it's called Blue Addiction. I almost feel like I had a hair stuck in that. Can you see? It's almost writing like a stub. I can't see anything though. I'll have to look at that in a while. Okay, so the next one we've got here is this little Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Dragon Palace. It's got a 14 karat medium fine nib on it. Writes beautifully. I've got a cartridge in this one. Gosh, my square's a bit off there. Okay, so it's the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Dragon Palace. It has a 14 carat medium fine nib, and it is inked with that's right, Sailor, Shikiori, Chushu. There you go. It's kind of like a dark, almost like, yeah, dark grey, I guess you'd call it. How are we going? You still with me? It's a long one. The next one we've got on the lineup is my Sailor 1911 Standard in black and gold. It has a broad nib on it. It writes beautifully too. So this is Sailor 1911 Standard in the black and gold finish. It has a 14 carat broad nib and is inked with Diamine Zero. Lovely. Slowly coming to the end, guys, hang in there. So the next one we've got is this Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Blue Green Nebula. It has a 14 carat medium nib. Now what did I ink this one with? Oh, that's right. So, Sailor Pro Gear Slim. It's the Blue Green Nebula. Interestingly, I actually find this medium writes just a fraction broader than the broad nib above, even though it's medium. So this is the 14 carat medium nib, and it is inked with Troublemaker, Hanging Rice. Now that was a sample from pen friend Tanya. So it's a lovely ink as well. I like the green of that one. I love all my greens, but that's a really nice green. Next one we've got is this little Quaco Sport in dark olive. I've actually got a cartridge in this one. So it's a Quaco Sport in dark olive. This has a medium nib and it is inked with Diamine Ancient Copper, and it's a cartridge. I might just write that there. There you go. So that's the next one. And then the last two I've got are actually two that I always forget about, but I carry them around in my handbag. So so this is the Traveller's Company fountain pen, pocket pen. It's a lovely little writer. It has a fine nib on it. So, I mean, although I don't have them in my pen case, I carry them in my handbag. I thought I might as well write them here for you as well so you can see. So this is Traveller's Company. It's a brass pen with a fine nib and it is inked with Monteverde blue suede, I believe it is, cartridge. So lovely little pen, and as you can see, it's getting this beautiful sort of patina on it now. Lovely. And then last but not least, we've got a Ginal 82 in amber. Mine has a fine nib. This is another one I carry in my bag. And this is, and I've got another brown ink, which I think is very comparative to Diamine Ancient Copper. So for those of you looking for something that looks like Diamine Ancient Copper, this is a good match. So this one is a Ginal 82 amber. It has a fine nib and it is inked with Ferris wheel press, steeped umber. So there you have it. They're my pen and inks for this month. Let's see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 pens inked up. 17 if you don't include the last 2 because they just stay in my handbag. So a lot of pens, a lot of great inks. I'm really happy with the colour palette that I've got going here. Yeah, trying to channel those autumn vibes, I guess. So I'll give you a little bit of a closer up look so you can see. And then over here. So that's the pen and ink pairings. And of course, as always, I've got 2 envelopes to give away. So let's call this one flowers and call this one herbs. So the first 2 people to comment either flowers or herbs down below will have these sent to them. Please make sure that you're a subscriber of my channel, but also a subscriber of my Instagram account, so you can send me a direct message over there with your name and address details. So, and keep an eye out for, because I will reply to you. And I think YouTube's doing something strange. So sometimes people aren't getting my comments when I reply back to them and say, hey, you've won that envelope. Please send me your name and address details. And then I never hear from them again. So I think you've got to hit the little bell, like the notifications on my channel, to actually see a message from me that I've replied to, I think that's what's happening. So flowers, herbs, they're the 2 envelopes I've got for this month. And as I said, make sure you are on Instagram, because that's the only way I'm receiving your name and address details. It's not safe for you to put them in your comment below. And I don't particularly want to hand out my personal email address either and put it on the channel, because it will just open me up to a whole heap of like spam emails from bots. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having a great day or an evening, that you're taking care of yourself and being kind to yourself. And I cannot thank you enough for sticking around and watching this long video today. I hope you found it useful. Let me know in the comments below, what were your favorite pen and ink pairings out of all of these? I know I've got a lot here, but it'll be interesting to see whether I do write these pens dry or not. So anyway, take care everyone, and I'll catch you back here next time. Bye.